That's a great way to start a speech because generally when you come up here, just like you saw, people are not ready, people are doing whatever, but when you come up there and you say, hey, I want to ask you a question, people are automatically enthralled because you're automatically including them in your speech, so that was a great way to start. When you start like that, you also have to keep us. And did she keep us entertained?
Yeah, definitely.
She kept us entertained, so that was great. And that was actually one of the objectives of your speeches. They grab us and keep us entertained. You kept us with the vivid descriptions that you had, especially of, I'm probably going to butcher this, but machette. Machette. You kept us with the vivid descriptions of machette. I got it with the tile floors, the red carpet all throughout. I was sort of imagining myself in that position, in that place. I especially liked your description of the aggressive ladies. The aggressive ladies in their heads. I could just picture them all trying to grab at part and trying to get up to the front. And I think the height of your description was when you described trying to reach the window to heaven and people are just pulling at you and nagging at you and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she's going to get there, and you're like, oh, I didn't get there, and I'm just like, I felt just so crushed. So at that moment, I sort of looked around and everybody, nobody was writing, everybody was just looking at you because we all felt you there. So you did a wonderful job in the vivid description. My only suggestion at that point is visual aids also help. When you're describing machette, I know you probably can't take pictures inside, but perhaps there are like brochures or something you can bring to sort of pass around so we can actually see what it looks like. That would have helped us to just envision machette just a little bit more. You had great hand gestures. I know I speak with my hands and I noticed that you do the same thing, but they're very to the point. Like when you were grabbing for the window to heaven, I just felt it and I'm like, oh, she's got great hand gestures. And I also saw you put your hands down when you really didn't need to describe anything, and then as soon as you got to describing something, you brought them back up. So I felt your great hand gestures were just such an addition to the story. One thing I would suggest next time, especially when you're telling a story, remove the, I don't know what you guys want to call this, the lectern, because it brings you closer to your audience. And usually when people are telling stories, they want you in a semicircle, and it's great that you guys have everybody around the table. You can just tell people when you come up here beforehand, hey, I want everybody to, gather around the table because I'm going to tell a story or something like that. So make sure you move this lectern because I don't think you had any notes and there was no need to have it there, and it would just make it just that much more better. But other than that, you did a great job, great speech, and I hope I can come back and hear more.